What's up, everybody? It's your boy Z Cozart here. I'm sweating right now. It was a really crazy night tonight. I just got out with a couple of friends to go watch UFC 229. I'm not gonna do a whole show breakdown. I'm gonna talk about what everybody's gonna be looking up on YouTube and everything. And this isn't going to be me talking analytics and everything. I'm gonna just talk about the fight, the main event, Conor McGregor versus Khabib. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your last name. Whatever it is, it should be changed to Monster or Wrestling God because it scares me what you're able to do. If you guys don't know, Khabib beat Conor McGregor in the fourth round with a submission. I believe it was a chokehold. He dominated him the whole fight, how most people thought it was going to be. A lot of people knew if Conor doesn't get a knockout in the first two, maybe three rounds, he's going to lose the fight. That's exactly what happened. He was dominated badly in round one. He was dominated in round two. Round three, you can make the argument that he won. I was actually sitting next to my friend Mason. Shout out Mason. Mason actually is a martial artist. He trains in different arts such as jiu-jitsu and karate and things like that. And he told me he still didn't even give Conor round three. So I personally felt like Conor got round three. Round four, before it ended, he was losing anyway. Khabib was just dominating him. When Conor McGregor fought Nate Diaz, I said I want to see a rematch because I believe if you give Conor more time to prepare and you get him in that mindset, he's going to come back hungry. From what I saw last night, from what I saw tonight, I don't want to see Conor McGregor have a rematch with Khabib. And that leads me into the next topic, the post-fight. So if you guys didn't know, apparently after the fight, as soon as Khabib makes Conor tap, Khabib is talking. Khabib and Conor McGregor, they hate each other. You think Conor and Floyd hate each other? I don't really think they hate each other. I think that they do this really for money and things like that. I could see Conor and Floyd sharing a drink together. I could actually see them hanging out. Conor and Khabib, no. They genuinely hate each other. So as soon as the match is over, Khabib is standing over the ref, talking down on Conor, talking shit to him, basically, things like that. Conor's sitting here like, you just beat my ass, so I can't say anything. He's just saying what he's supposed to say. You got it, like, you know what, you got it, you deserve it, you deserve it. I don't know exactly what happens, but after the fight, Khabib gets on the top of the octagon, the signature celebration that fighters always do. And I don't know if he already had it planned out or if something happened. I have to go back and look. But basically, Khabib gets into a fight with one of Conor McGregor's team members from the same camp members. I don't know who it was. I don't know if they antagonized Khabib or what. Whatever happened is going to lead me to saying this. Well, before I even get on to that, let me talk more about what happened. So Khabib is fighting in the crowd. I don't know if it was Khabib's brother or one of his camp members get into the ring, sneaks Conor, and starts punching him without looking. Whoever did that, I don't respect you. You would not see Conor in the ring. You are, I'm going to try to keep this video. I already cussed once. I'm not going to say it again, but you are a B word, and you know you are. Because I don't care how much you dislike a man, if you're able to just go to him when he just got done fighting, already lost, and sneak him and attack him to get some good hits in, you know that you cannot hold a candle to that man in a real fight. So whoever you were, I don't know who you were, but I have no respect for you. Now, to Khabib, you are probably the most dominant fighter that I've ever seen other than John Jones. I literally can't see a fighter beating Khabib because the only way I would saw somebody doing it is see Conor, his wrestling isn't the greatest whatsoever. And I'm going to get to Conor's performance, but Conor is a boxer, and I thought if Conor can just get those couple hits in, then maybe he had a chance. But afterwards, I honestly don't want to see a rematch to this. I don't. Khabib, I think, would dominate him again. And that leads me to Conor McGregor's performance. Conor McGregor, you are my favorite fighter of all time. You are if you won tonight, you would have been the undisputed GOAT to me over John Jones, over Chuck Liddell, over anybody, Daniel Cormier, who whoever you want to put in there, Anderson Silva, whoever, because not fighting for 2 years and then coming in your first fight is against the most dominant fighter, arguably in the whole UFC. If you were to win that, there's nothing you can say. So to get to Conor McGregor's performance, you disappointed me. You looked sloppy. You never looked like you had the energy or poise to attack. I understand the first round you got put into a hole early because he really didn't give you any time to box with him, and he got you down and you really couldn't do anything. And sometimes I was looking at Conor's takedown defense and I was like, you know what, this is pretty good. But he was just getting manhandled. And I'm going to blame two people on Conor's performance. I know a lot of people are going to be looking at me like, how are you going to blame somebody else for somebody's performance? But just hear me out. I blame, number one, Conor McGregor with your training, all that time you were spending, with your new whiskey brand, advertising it. Of course, you just had a beautiful son, a loving family. You're about to have another child. You're spending time with them, but you can't talk all this. You're hanging out with Migos and everything. And then the performance it just was not a good Conor McGregor fight whatsoever. I couldn't even have gotten mad if I truly saw Conor giving him a fight as much as he could. And to me, he tried, but it was more of he couldn't do anything. So it just, I blame Conor first. And the second person I blame, it has to be Dana White. Because he was the man who thought of what was going to get him the most money the quickest, rather than thinking about his actual fans and what they want to see. Any real, I believe, UFC fan that knows the game would have known, even if you love Conor, they knew Conor, there's almost no way he can win this. There is such thing as ring rust. It's more of a mental thing, but it does exist. I think it was Michael Bisping who had said it's all mental. I think it was Michael Bisping. It might have been somebody else. Might have been Chris Weidman. I don't know. It was one of them. And I thought about it, and I said, when you're going up against a monster like that, when you already have had problems, you think about the fighters that have given Conor McGregor problems, the Nate Diaz, Chad Mendez, great wrestlers. When you look at them and to get somebody who they can't even touch, who literally can expose your biggest weakness, and you're coming back from your first fight in 2 years and your first actual challenge in 2.5 years, because Eddie Alvarez was just nothing to Conor. Nate Diaz was actually a struggle. Eddie Alvarez was just easy money, and you disappointed me. And like I said, you're my favorite fighter of all time. I respect you so much, but it hurt me to see that performance by you. It's crazy. Don't think I was ready to cry. I did just get my hair in my eyes. I'm tired as hell. I'm not gonna lie. I was almost going to sleep in that OSP fight, because that was just horrible. I'm not even gonna get into that. But to address Khabib, I saw that Shannon Sharp, I love Shannon, said that he should not be stripped, forced him to lose the belt by beating him. Look, Khabib is a dog. I don't think there is a fighter in his weight class that could even come close to him. In my opinion, when he's on his game. But you can't be a champion and go and fight in the audience, the crowd of one of the biggest events your company has ever had. To me, he should get stripped for his belt. But here's the thing. Conor literally attacked a whole bus filled with people, was literally facing jail time, and Dana awarded him a championship fight. So then we're going to look at Khabib, and you have to be fair. This man won, and what he did, two wrongs don't make a right. So you can't really stand up for what he did, but at the same time, you just gave somebody who also face charges, a championship match. Khabib's probably going to face a couple charges. And you can't strip him from the belt because of that. I would strip him, but Dana White has put himself in a bind. Like I said, he was thinking about that check. As I said, 229 was crazy. I don't want to see a rematch. I want to see Conor. I don't want to see Conor fight again for, I say, 4 to 6 months. I want him to totally train, work on his cardio. His cardio, 2 years he had to train. His cardio still doesn't seem like it's improved. I truly believe Conor just works on his boxing and just his combinations. I really don't think he works on his cardio whatsoever. I know that sounds messed up, but his cardio still to me does not seem it improved whatsoever. I thought that maybe since he had to train for an actual boxing match, then his cardio would have improved, but it just didn't seem like that. Shout out to Khabib though. You're a animal. I can't. If that was your brother, whoever did it in your camp, they're. I'm not gonna say the word, but you know what they are for sneaking Conor like that. You yourself, you're an animal. I don't understand why you had to lower yourself to somebody who would go into the crowd and fight somebody. You're literally the best fighter, arguably in the whole, as I said, game. If not only just your division. It's just to me it was dumb. You let your you just I understand he had a breaking point because Conor was disrespecting him and his family, and he had the right. I wasn't mad that he was standing over Conor talking. When Conor was doing as much talking as he did, Conor McGregor can never expect, and I don't think he does, but he can never expect a fighter that beats him to be quiet because he talks so much himself. You have to just totally trash talk him for hours. I'm talking really get into his face, let him know what you did to him. You have to do that with somebody like Conor. It was crazy. I can't wait to see what Dana says. If it was me, if I was the chairman, I would strip Khabib, but Dana can't do it because then it would be hypocritical because he gave McGregor a championship fight for something that was very similar. Khabib is just a different type of animal. I don't want to see a rematch. Get Conor McGregor to fight the third or fourth person in that weight class. Conor, I hate to say it, but Khabib might have just have ran you out the lightweight division. You might have to just go back to the featherweight and own that division because you're just bigger than everybody. You can just knock everybody out. With Khabib, buddy, unless you work on that stamina and become literally the greatest boxer of all time, you're not beating him. It's your boy Z Cozart, and I'm out.